Well, g'day guys, welcome to Tim's Garage. It's been way too long since we worked on this thing, so let's dive in. I've just not long arrived at the shed, and seriously, Josh, I want to thank you so much, mate. This place is amazing. At the moment, the FEXUS is stored out at Josh's place, and like this shed, like have a look at this. It's just, he's cleaned the whole place up. It looks absolutely incredible. Some of you may know Josh from the other channel with the Kona Stinky bike riding, for some of the other stuff, just awesome. So, but look, this is how long it's been since we've used this. You can see the foot traffic that goes along the side because the side of it's kind of clean from everyone brushing up against it. Look how clean that is. But look at it, like this thing has honestly been sitting for way too long, way too long. Like it wouldn't be 12 months, but it'd be real close to 12 months since I've actually spent proper time on this. When I turn up, Josh has even got my battery fully charged, ready to go. Like, mate, that's just something else. That is so good. I'm super stoked, super pumped with that. So without further ado, look at this thing. This is pretty much as we left it, right? There's just stuff everywhere. There's bits of chairs and bits of gearbox, and that's what we're working on, the gearbox, and that's today's job. My incredible boost gauge, which faces your kneecap so you can't actually see it like that. Oh man, there's some great stuff in this, right? So today's the day we get to move this project along just a little bit, and what has been holding this up the most, besides the little bits and pieces all along the way, is getting the gearbox mechanism, wrong country, to work. And getting that linkage, but also getting the electrical signal. So when it says first, it says first. When it says drive, it says drive, for the solenoids to activate. And that's been the major hold up with this, pretty much because I was so scared, because I actually did a gearbox in this by getting the mechanical side of it upside down, where the linkage was meant to go. And that confused the hardware fluid part of making that work and the solenoids kabushki. No gearbox. So we changed that over, which was in the last video. And so because of that, I'm actually like pretty paranoid about this. But after a bit of time and after a whole heap of research, it actually looks quite simple in that the old gearbox has the selecting currents, the new gearbox has the selecting currents. We can marry those two things up. It's going to be great. But before we do anything, let's pop the bonnet, let's have a look, and let's actually see if we can get this thing fired up. Do you want something? That's better. That's a better latch, right? There you go. Problem number one is we can't get the bonnet open. There we go. There we go. Oh, wow. What is the deal with that thing? It's been too long. Man, we put some work into that thing, right? We put so much work into this. We've got to get it going. Got to be able to drive this thing. 1,000 little things to do. Like all these need a bit more tidying up on the breather system. Some lines need to be tidied up. The heater core inside the car needs to be done. Need to mount the catch can properly. I want to reposition the temp sensor down the bottom. With that, we'll check our fluids because it's been a while. It might do a little bit in there. Doesn't look too bad actually. Not bad for something that's been sitting for a while. Check the oil. Overflow is full. That's full. That's good. Yeah. Oh. Can't believe we couldn't get the latch open. Seriously, what's going on? Started that off this battery in the hope that now that it's running, that alternator will help give this just a little bit more kick. Let's see. Who knows? Who knows? When you do that, like that, see? What is it? Straight away. Come on. Yeah! 12 months. 12 months. That has not run for 12 months. I'll take off this alternator thing now. We'll take off this battery. We'll let everybody's things do its things, and I'll disconnect that from the other one. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Seriously, like that's been over 12 months, or almost 12 months since that's run. I love it. I love it. That is so good. So good. Probably should let it go for a bit longer, you know. I'm just going to turn this off. Hopefully it starts again. Just want to check the oil level. Even though it's been run on, I just want to make sure there's oil in it because, you know, looks like it's tons straight away, but it has been running, so they could have put stuff everywhere. Let's try that one more time. It's got all I actually could do with some more. I wonder where that's been leaking. Yeah, I'd been working on the oil, the filter spot in that, and working really hard to make sure that it wasn't actually leaking anywhere in that space. Oh, there it is. And yeah, it is. Alrighty, I think I've worked out what we've done. Let me grab one more torch. El macho torchio. So down here, we've got that oil relocation kit, right? That one that was a real bargain. How's that working out for us, right? And how many extra fittings and everything we've had to pay for it since. So if I jump underneath here and we look here, what I've done, oh good, eh? How you doing? You good? Yeah. What are you up to, Buff? Hey? Here for a bit of fun? Bit of loving? What do you reckon? You gonna hop in the car and put fur everywhere? That's kind of your thing, right? Yeah. Isn't that right? Anyway, when I put these hoses back on, see this one's angled down, and that means that it's trying to pull itself back up there rather than the hose naturally going that way when I've loosely reattached this filter. And so it's like, oh, okay, so that has slowly over time with pressure undone it and then leaked lots and lots of oil on Josh's floor. Sorry, Josh. I thought I had that one fixed to the point where I think I might have left a couple of rags just in case, but I actually thought I had that totally sorted last time I came in to do that stuff. So yeah, sorry mate, I will clean up your floor again. Yes. Anyway, so I'm in two minds. I think I might fiddle with that just briefly, not going to spend too much time on it. See if I can, I'll just crack this fitting, realign the hose, spin this whole unit a little bit more, get that nice and tight again, and that's about it. I might even just leave this filter hang for now. I won't do too much more. Yeah, and then I'm into the gearbox because that's what we're actually here for today. But as always, it's taken a bit, but I want to start the thing again. The gearbox shouldn't get hot. The exhaust will, but the gearbox shouldn't get warm. So anyway, let's have a quick fiddle with some of this. Well, it just seems to get better, of course, as you work on cars, because that is connected to an AN fitting, the cheap AN fitting, and it fully threaded when I was putting it back on. That's a pain, isn't it? That's not much fun. Let's see if we can get you down in there. So it's fully just taken that end off, which, yeah. So it is what it is, but that's sort of the, that's the end of starting the car for the day. So we're going to do a couple of things just to make sure that nothing happens by accident. It was good to hear it run, but to do that we undo our extra safety key. And I'll put the plug on there, so that's now it's well, it can't start. It was nice that it did start, but I'm happy I checked what I was doing because it was leaking oil. Excuse me, and sorry for the mic. So I'm happy I did what I did and stopped it when I stopped it, because it was leaking oil, and that's, yeah. In some ways that's it for the day, isn't it? That's really frustrating, but we've got to get this stuff right, hey? Don't tell me that's run out of battery already. That would be no fun as well. Let's do the 13. Yeah, there you are, you little turd. Off you come.
And then a clear layer on the outside. The core itself of the crystal could be seen.
This is either genius or stupid, right? So I'm going to throw a nail through that. Why a nail? Well, I just need something to work as a guide, because I've drilled the hole, right? I need the guide. I'm going to then tighten that up. There'll be a bit of movement because it's a little bit skinnier than what the other is, but it just needs to, it's just a guide to hold this central. So let's see if that was stupid or not. Yeah, time goes pretty quickly in life, right? And so it's been about a month since we found the oil leak, that hose and that fitting from the oil relocation kit broke. I reckon within a couple of days I had the parts. I went and got the new AN fittings. Once again, that $90 kit. You know, once you replace the $40, $50 fittings each, yeah, the $90 kit starts to add up in price. So anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, that's starting to just is what it is. Nothing you can say about it, right? You just do what you do and make it happen. Anyway, drill bits, a few little different bits and pieces I was able to get ready for this one. And yeah, so heading out now to go and fiddle with that. Yeah, we did. Ah, so much better. Well, we're back. It's a new day. It's yeah, it's been a little while. Not too bad, but I got the parts we needed pretty much straight away. And man, I hope they're the right parts, because I went and got myself some of these Speedflow AN fittings, some new drill bits to replace the ones that I busted at Josh's, plus extras because, yeah, I felt bad. And you want to leave the place better than when you arrive. So that's all part of that too. So anyway, let's dive straight into the AN fittings and we'll go from there. Yeah, so to get this, to fix this broken fitting, if we can get in there, there's the broken fitting there. We're going to have to remove that hose, which means I've got to get under, and yes, I'm going to see if the other fittings fit first, because that would be a giant pain in the butt if they didn't. So let me just check that. Otherwise, we're off to the shop, which is something I don't want to do. There we go. Yep, it's going to work. All good. All good. Ha ha ha. We'll finish doing drilling our hole down in there, which is down there's for the gearbox mechanism to connect into that. Then once that's done, we can start thinking about mounting that gearbox, the shifter, and then we could probably start the car up, which would be good. Yeah, alrighty. It's warm. It is a really warm day. I keep saying it, but it's stinking hot in this shed. But I'm just getting some placement stuff ready, and I reckon that looks alright. I reckon that's in park, so that will be sitting, you know, around there-ish. Gives me a good bolt there, good bolt, so 2 good bolt holes there. These ones I'm going to have to jerry rig something there in that space to give me something to plant these off, like a little bracket, but I reckon I can probably get a bit of steel, a bit of RH sort of stuff, and put that there. There's our cable coming through there, which will eventually link from there, and give me some more light. Here we go. Go up into there, and that's it. That's the location. Push all the nice carpet around, which is all good. This will eventually be replaced with a bigger stereo, which I reckon will probably face back a double din, so that'll be, actually looking forward to that. That'll fit in there nicely, I reckon. I've got an old unit, and the only reason that comes into play is just space. Can I when I'm driving, actually let's mock that up a bit further forwards. It's not wanting to go there with that thing sitting about there. Oh yeah, look, that'll work, especially if I sort of sit it there. This will be facing up a bit more because it's just leaning down at the moment, because I undid all the bolts to try and pull this back to get to the heater core, and then gave up on that project. So that will be sitting up higher, heaps of space. Beep, beep, beep. bit of hands-free goodness, a little bit of mod cons in the old beast. I think I also made a decision. I don't know why I'm trying to do dorky stuff in the car in this heat, but also made a decision. Well, I think I've made the decision around the RSM meter, this cool little thing, which works really great. Look at it. Oh, come on. I actually really like that thing. But I've also got this little beast, my FEXUS RSM meter. So I've got the tacho, and the RSM meter. Now this thing's got rev speed as well. So it's got my speedo. So if I can tap this into the computer and the gearbox and the revs and all that stuff, I can essentially, what I'd like to do is mount this here, about there, which sits right where, you know, your speedo is. And I've got all my speedo and all that sort of stuff, which will work really well. Well, that's been very productive. We've got a whole heap of stuff done. Got the shift lever mechanism connected there. It is twisting that cable, which I reckon I can fix the other end. So sort of just the way that we've bent it doesn't want to twist, so that's all good. Also moved a flange on this, what I've always wanted to do, which is good. So I've got that done. I'm gonna sort of think I might actually bolt that exhaust on and fiddle with some of the other stuff a little bit later. So I'm just grabbing some shings, seeing what size that is. Looks about right. 14. What are you? 14-ish. 15. Definitely 14. So we'll grab those. Grab my ratchety thingy. Let's go pop the exhaust on, and then we shall, see where we're at. It is very nice having carpet under here to lie on. Thanks, Josh. Yes. Well, that was a good day, right? So we've been able to smash out a few things in that. I've got was able to fix the things that I wanted to get done today. I got done. I wanted to fix that, get the hole cut for the shifter cable. I wanted to get the exhaust back together and stop the oil leak. They were the big things. Man, I went blank. Done a bit today, so we've achieved all that. The oil is in good space, so I'm very happy about that. I've got that sorted. The oils, that should fix. We've fixed that AN fitting, got the exhaust done, back together, and actually shortened that. A little bit more R&D needs to be done on that because it is just touching. I think it'll rattle and touch the transmission case where the transmission fluid is, trans fluid sort of sits. So there's a little gap, but I don't think it's enough, and it's going to get that exhaust going to get hot, and the transmission will get hot. And yes, I got a transmission cooler and fans and blah blah blah, but I just love a bit more space there. So if I can alter that by dropping the exhaust, that's better. Or I'll have to start fiddling with the exhaust again, and that was no fun on the ground. I'd rather, if I can borrow someone's hoist for that one, because honestly, rolling around up and down trying to get exhaust stuff, even then I made it drop too low because you can't do it when you're on the ground. Really is an art form, those that do exhaust. So anyway, that was good. I forgot to put it on the charger. That's what I was going to do. Anyway, that's for another day. Might even whip out tomorrow and chuck it on the charger overnight so it's ready for Monday. But yeah, look, the car's good. Everything else is sweet. Loving it. Everything's good. The beast is the beast, and it'll be awesome once it's up and running and everything's happening. So just got to fiddle out, find out a couple little, got to find that starting gremlin. I don't know what it is. For some reason, yeah, it just won't start. Even when it's got 14 amps going into it, that should be enough to start it. So I don't know. And I tried to earth it differently. Maybe I'll try again to earth it. Maybe, I don't know if it's an earthing issue though. I don't know. I hope like crazy it's not the starter, because that would be just the worst. Because the starter is hidden up in under the, you know, the heads, sort of the intake manifold sits on top, and yeah, it's a lot of work to get to the starter on it. So, but you know, and really I just want to drive it. That's where I'm at. I just want to drive the thing, then I can play with stuff, but I just want to drive it. I just want to get the thing on the road and go for a spin. Then I'm happy to, you know, bench it and fix stuff up, but as long as I can go for the odd drive. So but at the moment it's a bit unpredictable, because if I do drive it, then there's no guarantee that I'll get it back home again because of the where the starting stuff is. Once it's started, it seems to be okay. But anyway, probably shouldn't go too quick. We've got the trailer on. Anyway, that's a bit of fun. So back out Monday, we will continue with the shifter system, get that mounted, work out where that twist is and undo the twist, and get that routed nicer, that's a word now, nicerly, and then we'll be able to, yeah, get the thing going. Let's see if this thing works. That has not started. It's months again, months. It's been months. Who cares about me? Check this thing out. Look at it. Just let it warm up. This is what we were at. I'm pretty sure this is what we filmed last time, but as you'd see, so this is going to sit there, that's going to sit on that, bump, 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 bump. But I'm not sure what holes these line up with, so I need to, I don't know if these are new holes or what. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We'll need some spacers on that. If we're going to do that, I don't know if I got a long enough nut for that. Anyway, that's interesting. Let's but the other piece, I'm going to need me. Oh no, maybe I do have the nuts and bolts. Yeah, I got better ones than those that I bought, so I'm happy I bought new ones. Let me see if I can. You gonna work for me, Mr. Camera? Yep. So if you sit on there. So I am going to need, yeah, 2 tabs. I think that was the plan. and everything all ready to bolt on, which is good. So that'll fit in beautifully, good to go. So pretty happy with that. But the order of the process is we've got to bolt this thing in first. So this gets bolted in, then this bolts to that. Then we should be able to shift gears. Yeah. And potentially we can turn the wheels. Turn the wheels. That'd be cool. So we'll get this in. It's pretty boring to watch because I'm just fiddling, testing and doing stuff. So it's not great YouTube footage, but I am just, yeah, drilling holes and that's all I'm doing. Drilling holes. So you can watch me drill holes, but actually I'll probably edit it out. So alrighty, so it's in. Like a couple more nuts and bolts and a few different bits and pieces. But look at him. He's in. It's all bolted in. Everything's done up. And it's good. So this is the dodgy one where I've got the electronics on that one and the hardware on that. But let's see. It just started. I know you shouldn't be so surprised when you turn the key and the car starts, but I am. And I'm happy because it does. And it did. And it's good. Yeah. Cool. So, now the question is, can we make these things turn? So, on the shifters over here, I'll just jump in and we'll show you what I'm talking about. So here, we can set this one into reverse and this one into reverse, and then see if, yeah, and then see if it moves the wheels. What could go wrong? Handbrake's off. Let's just do it. All right, so that one's so dodgy. What is going on there? Okay, I kind of need two hands for some of this because it's all very dodge, right? Where, there we go. That's reverse on the solenoids. Now this one is reverse. Now, let's see. Are the wheels turning? No? It's alright, we'll try again. Oh, it's loaded up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, okay. Ease up. So now, okay, let's try. This is the big one. Can I then whoa, that's reverse. Now I want forwards. There we go. There we go. So it's cool. We'll stop it there. We'll put everything in park. Park, good. Oh. Worked out how I'm going to do my speedo. Got my RSM meter there. There we go. We got a running, driving, steering. It's been a while since we've done that, right? There she is. That's the beast. Runs amazingly. It's just phenomenal. The engine's all good. There's a tappet that needs doing, but once it's up and running and everything's working, they're the sort of things that, maybe in the middle of summer or something, because it doesn't have aircon, maybe that's when we'll do the work on the tappet cover. But it's not urgent. It's a common issue with them, and really keen just to go for a drive in the thing. That's where we're at. So the next episode for this, we'll be driving it. How cool is that? It'll be either I'll do the rest of that gearbox electrical stuff off camera. I may want to drive it around dodgily and just jerry rig all the two gearbox things. That's dodgy as. But but the goal is let's get this thing running. Everything's working. What wheels are moving under the gearbox speed, the things going into gear. All I really need is park, reverse and drive to make this thing run, and that I'm happy with that for now. Then the next thing that we'll be looking at is, once that's in, we start putting the center console stuff back together. So once it's running and all the electrics for that gearbox are wired up for the solenoid, that bit's done. Then we put the center console in. Like, we're getting real close. We're getting really, really close to having this thing back together and on the road. And so that's pretty cool, right? That's really got me excited. So the next episode, we'll be going for a drive in this thing. Man, it's been a long time. Been a long time. I think it's been 10 years. 10 years since we bought it. And almost 10 years since we drove it down to Victoria from Sydney. My kids are now driving. That's how long it's been. Anyway, what a journey. But anyway, that's it. Next time on Tim's Garage, we'll take this for a spin. Next time I'll also do this video was always about the $2,000 challenge. Can you build a turbo V8 for $2,000? I'll talk about that as well on the next episode. So that'll sort of round out that series, 10-year-old series. And we'll get it on the road and go for a spin. And then from there, I'm actually keen to see what you guys want to see with the build. Like, there's lots of refinement, there's paint, there's other things, but I'm just keen to get this thing, go for a drive, go for a spin. It was always built for a cruiser, so let's see what cruiser's like on the road. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next time on Tim's Garage.